Welcome back to RobMotive. So I've made a decision on the new Toyota Tacoma, the upcoming redesign 2024. You know, when word first came out that Toyota was going to do a complete redesign, a build up from the tires up, I decided I had to have it. I was going to get it. It's supposed to have more power, 8-speed transmission, more options, all kinds of stuff, right? So I got really excited. And then we got closer and Toyota started to put out information, started to show pictures and stuff, which wasn't really a problem for me. I like the new design. I like the way it looks. Unlike when the Tundra first came out, I wasn't a big fan. When I first saw it, I drove the first one. I didn't really dig it, you know, I didn't fall in love with it. And I have to fall in love with the vehicles I get. It's just the way I am. Now, I must admit, I do like the new Tundra more now since I've seen it out and around. Actually, a friend of mine has one. I drove that one on the channel recently. It was the white 2022 Toyota Tundra. So I'm a little bit more open to that new design now. But the problem with the new Tacoma for me, something that I didn't realize Toyota was going to do it this way, and this is why I'm a little angry at Toyota, is that they're not going to release the full version, the full Monty, right away. We're not going to have the hybrid version, in other words, the twin or the turbo, single turbo hybrid version. We're just going to have the 4-cylinder turbo. And I expect it's going to be very Ford Ranger-like in the way that it accelerates, the way it responds, the power delivery, all that stuff. Very disappointing for me, you see, because my thinking was I would get the whole truck right away as soon as it came out. And I mean the truck with the most torque, the most horsepower, the most power, the most everything. But that's not the way it's going to be. You can't get one because Toyota is not going to be releasing that version until later on in 2024, I'm hearing. Now, I hope I'm wrong, but that's what I'm hearing. So it's time to quit screwing around and give you my decision. What I'm going to do, I have this gorgeous 2023 Tacoma, right? I love this truck. It is, I think, the best version I've had. And I've had many. The only downside to this one for me is I do dig that scoop a little bit. Maybe I should put a different hood on it with a hood scoop. I wouldn't trade out the TRD off-road package because I think it's the best ride, the best for me. But I would like to have that scoop, even though I know it's fake and it doesn't do anything. I think it looks good. So what I've decided to do, we're going to keep this truck. We're going to keep this truck until I can actually put my hands on the fully redesigned. When I say fully redesigned, I mean the hybrid version. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there who aren't digging the hybrid. I know there's a lot of people out there who aren't digging the 4-cylinder turbo itself. But for me, I want to try it out. I think it should be awesome. From what I'm hearing, it's got more power. It's got the hybrid assist, if you will, that's going to give it more power. It should be awesome for my purposes. The big concern, of course, about the 4-cylinder turbo is its longevity. And I understand that. If you're a person that keeps the truck forever, I can sympathize with you. We don't know. I'm getting a lot of comments about how the quality is going to be bad. It isn't going to be any good. It's not going to last. But let's be honest. First of all, it's a Toyota. They're known for quality. Are they really going to put a truck out there that's not going to stand up, it's not going to hold up? I don't think so. But time will tell. You know, to sit back and be an armchair Tacoma owner, you don't know. You can't know yet because it's not out. Until it gets out in the market and gets a lot of seat time under it or a lot of miles on it, we're not going to know the difference. So for me, I'm going to stay open with that. Probably will have the next one for quite a while. Doesn't mean that I won't go to a different trim level. I'm thinking I'm going to start out with the TRD off-road. Then I know how I am. I probably would go to the Sport and then probably the SR5. Maybe that Trail Hunter, that looks pretty cool to me. and maybe even a TRD Pro down the line. I mean, let's be honest, this new version that's coming out is probably going to be with us for many, many moons, many, many years, because Toyota doesn't change things frequently. So for me, I'm looking at probably a 10 to maybe even 15-year span of living with this new 4-cylinder version. Turbo, hybrid, who knows what they'll do. Maybe they'll come out with some souped up version, a specialty. You know, Toyota has done that in the past. I don't look for them to do that. We just live in different times now. But fingers crossed, you never know. Of course, there's the smaller Toyota that's supposed to be coming out, the smaller truck. That's to compete with the Santa Cruz and the Maverick. So maybe one of those will be in my future as well, just to try out. I don't know for sure yet. We'll see. But I'm excited about this decision because what that means is I can go ahead and go full bore modding into this truck. I've been holding off a little bit because frankly, I didn't want to put a ton of money into it and then just trade it off, you know, like I always seem to do. But that means now I can go with a different front bumper. That involves cutting, something that I was hesitant to do, with the theory or the thought that I was going to trade this one off in not too long. I don't have to worry about that now. It frees me up a bit, gives me a sense of non-restraint. I can go ahead, turn my modding side loose, and do what I want to do with this truck. One thing I do want to mention, something I'm not real happy with what I've done, and that is this sport bar setup. Gotta say, I think it's really a little bit too chunky for the Toyota Tacoma. I think it has to have some sort of an extension off the back of it and then come down, like the one I had on my magnetic gray metallic and even on the Voodoo Blue that I had. I think that's the best looking sport bar you can get. That was the Black Horse version. The issue with putting it on this truck is I can't have a tonneau cover. It's too bad that Black Horse doesn't have that same version with the way this one is set up, and it could be easily done. There could be a bar that connects to the downside over here that comes out and then down. I don't know how they would do it. They'd have to have probably extended bracketry on there, but it definitely could be done, and it's the best look that I've seen, and this is personal preference, of course. Some people like this, some people don't like it, some people like the other one, some people didn't, who knows. Anyway, I just wanted to get on. I've been hee-hawing, screwing around back and forth in my own mind with what I'm gonna do. That's my decision. This truck is gonna stay on the channel until I can put my hands on a 4-cylinder hybrid so that I can have a true, new, redesigned Toyota Tacoma. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of my decision. Do you agree? I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.